Well, the Prime Minister was absolutely right and has been so far extremely successful in attaching his name directly to the Northern Ireland solution, the Windsor Framework. He is utterly misguided and thoroughly heading for a disaster by attaching his name to Suella Braverman's crazy, vindictive. In fact, the charity Freedom from Torture, which used to be called, I can't remember what it used to be called now. I was a secretary for it. Anyway, Freedom from Torture calls the proposal vindictive and dysfunctional. And it really is. The idea that there is such a thing as an illegal migrant is very, very questionable. And there are illegal routes that migrants may take in the absence of safe and legal routes. Those safe and legal routes are few and are limited by numbers as well. And people are bound to risk their lives to come to a country where maybe they have relatives, certainly they speak the language, and they feel some affinity with Britain. And of course, there are those who want to play the system. No, I'm all for limiting asylum and limiting migration. But the only way to do that is to have sound treaties with Europe, rather like the Dublin III protocol. And the absence of negotiating that is what's led to the surge in numbers of people risking their lives to cross the Channel to come to Britain to seek a better life here. The only way forward for that is not to threaten Rwanda, particularly when the Home Secretary on the 22nd of November confirmed that somebody with valid reasons for claiming asylum in this country can often only get to this country through an illegal route because there aren't enough safe and legal routes available. And she confirmed to Tim Lawton in a committee, in a parliamentary committee, so in Parliament, she confirmed that travelling to Britain by, quote, an illegal route would be acceptable providing the person claimed asylum as soon as they arrived in the UK. That is what most people do. They risk their lives to come to the UK, claim asylum, and then to be put into hotels while the Home Office follows its go-slow process of dealing with the many, many asylum claims that are built up because of the hostile environment. So it's not just a surge in numbers. It's about the implementation of a foul processing regime which started with Mrs. May many years ago. And now we are seeing the result of that. The result of that is economically harsh. We are paying a huge amount of money to house potential refugees in appalling, squalid conditions, either in hotels or tents. We are breeding resentment, both in those refugee-migrant populations and also in the local community, simply because of a Home Office go slow. And we're not getting the message across that there is a limited number of asylum seekers that we can genuinely take. Actually, we take significantly less than many other European countries. So this is definitely a topic which needs debate, but it doesn't need the knee-jerk response of a Suella Braverman. It needs a serious, invested response of somebody who takes the matter seriously and who is prepared to look beyond the headlines to grapple with a problem which has been growing for many years. This is not a new problem. This is a problem which was created by Mrs. May, and it's a problem which has been exacerbated by the failure of proper Brexit negotiations. So it's back again to Lord Frost. It's back again to the twits who were negotiating Brexit after the referendum vote in 2016. In fact, of course, it goes back again to Mrs. May. This isn't a problem that can be resolved quickly, and the Rwanda solution, I am sure, will be admired in legal discussions and legal red tape for years to come. It's not an easy solution. I'd love to know what you think about this. I'd love to know genuinely what you think, rather than just a sort of beating out of slogans. But do leave your comments. I'd be really interested.